Today we're looking at 2.7 markup and discount. It's the 9th, and we're going to be on pages 41 through 42. You want to make sure your second table of contents is filled out as well, the one for Unit 2. And then the essential question for today is, how can we calculate markup and discount? Okay, so we're going to first look at markup. So go ahead and open the one that says markup. We're going to go through and fill out the information for that one. Okay, now I did add a picture to try to help you, for those of you that like to see the pictures. So markup. Markup increases the price of an item. So what does it mean to increase? Is it going to cost more or less?
More.
Look at the arrow, guys. And the word increase, right? Increase means it goes up. Okay? Markup is used by businesses so that they can sell their products, which is what you buy, right? So that they can make money. So, for example, let's say you go to, what's a good store? Well, no, not food. We want to look at, like, okay, so let's say Best Buy. Okay. We're going to go with Best Buy. So you go to Best Buy and you want to buy a computer, right? So the computer, right, Best Buy has to buy that from someone else. So when they buy it from a different store, not a different store, but like where they make them from, right? So let's say they want to have some Macs, Apple products, right? They buy it from the Apple, not the store, but where they make them, right? Manufacturer. And they'll buy it for, let's say, $500 for the MacBook, okay? But is Best Buy going to sell it for $500? No. They're going to sell it for more money, right? Why do they want to sell it for more money? What do they make? So they actually make money, right? They want to make a profit. That's called profit, where you make money. And so to decide how much they raise the price by, they do a markup, okay? That's what a markup is. They increase the price so that they can get some money from it, okay? So then we're going to follow the steps. How do we find markup, right? So the first step is we're going to change the percent to a decimal. Okay, so we're going to change it to a decimal. Who remembers how we turn a percent into a decimal? Raise your hand. 1. 2 times to the left. Okay, it's the same thing as dividing a number by 100. So if we look at 28%, the point starts before 28, right? So this is actually 28 point. The percent, right? The decimal is actually on that right side. So how do we turn it into a decimal? We move it 2 places to the left. So it's going to become 0.28. So we started all the way to the right, and then we went 2 to the left. Okay, we're going to do the same thing with 114. Where does my decimal start? All the way to the right. And then we're going to move it how many places? 2 times. And so what's going to be my decimal for this one? 1.14. 1.14. Yep. Okay. And what I'm saying is we're moving the decimal twice to the left. Okay. That's the same thing as dividing by 100. So if I show you, right, 114 divided by 100, that gives us a 1.14. Okay. So it's the same thing. Move 2 decimals to the left or divide by 100. Okay? Then we have 3. Where would my decimal point start? After the 3, right? If we put it on the left, it's going to be 0.3. We don't want 0.3. And then we're going to move the decimal how many places? 2. 2 to the left. And so what happens there? What do we add?
0.
We add a 0, right? 0.03. Okay, so again, your first step, we change the percent to a decimal. Okay? Step 2, multiply the decimal times the price of the item. Okay, so the item is whatever we're buying. So we're buying like soccer shoes, a computer, a game, right? The item is whatever we're buying. So we're going to multiply the decimal that we found, and we're going to multiply it by the price of the item, okay? It's going to give you the markup amount. Do you guys see how there's a dollar sign? Yes? So when we multiply these two numbers, it's going to give us money. So that's how much they marked it up, okay? And then step 3, the selling price. Selling price is what you're going to buy it for. It's going to be the original price, and then do you think we're going to add or subtract the markup?
Subtract.
Remember, what's the whole point of markup? We want to increase. So how do we increase something? How do we make something more? We have to add. Okay, so the selling, number 3, the selling price is going to be the original price plus the markup. Okay, so we're going to try number 1 with this. Okay, so we're going to use this information and we're going to try number 1 on here. Okay, so let's try number 1. The cost is $20. The percent of the markup is 60%, right? What was the first step we said?
Move the decimal.
Well, we want to change the percent to a decimal, right? So the first step, right, we're going to turn 60%. Where does the decimal point go? Or the point go? All the way to the right, okay? And then we're going to move the decimal how many places?
2 times to the left.
2 to the left, so that's going to become 0.6, right? Do we need the 0 afterwards?
No.
You don't need it, but if you want to write it, that's fine. Okay, it works both ways. And then what was step 2? What does step 2 say?
You have to multiply.
Okay, guys, all I'm asking you to do is read the paper. Okay, I know you guys can read. I know, but I have some students that aren't trying. Okay, all I asked was for you to read it. So number 2, you multiply the decimal. What was our decimal here?
0.6.
0.6. So we're going to multiply that times what?
20.
It says times the price of the item. What's the price of... So our item is the... Well, it doesn't tell us what it is, but
$20.
it's $20, right? So 0.6 times 20. Okay, so you can multiply it by hand or you can use your calculator. And so it's going to equal 12. Now remember on number 2 it says it's going to give you the markup amount, right? It's going to give you the money. So here it says the markup. What is the markup?
0.6.
No, we just multiply it. 0.6 times 20 gives us what?
$12.
$12. So the markup is $12. Okay? Step 3. It says the sale price or selling price, right, is the original price plus the markup. So how are we going to find out what the sale price is? What was the original price? 20. What did we find the markup was? 12. So what's my answer? 22. Right? So it used to cost 20. Oh, yes. I was like, that doesn't make sense. Right? So let's say you bought, listen please, you bought a game for $20, but you want to make a markup. You want to make profit, right? You want to make 60% profit. So instead of selling it for $20, you're going to sell it for $32 because then you're going to make how much money?
32. 12.
You make $12, right? If it costs you $20 and you're going to sell it for $32, you're going to make $12 from it. Okay? All right, next one we have discount. Okay, so a lot of you are more familiar with discounts because if you've been shopping or if you look at commercials or ads, right? Usually things have a discount. So what does a discount do to the price of an item? Decrease. So a discount decreases the price of an item. So it's going to make it cheaper, right? It's going to cost less money. Okay, are you ready to move on? Okay, so the first step, just like we did with markup, we're going to change the percent to a what? Decimal. Okay, then it says multiply the decimal times the price of the item. Okay, so last time it gave us a markup. This time it's going to give us the discount amount. And now this time for step 3, the selling price is going to be the original price. Are we still going to be adding, or what do you think we do with the discount? We subtract minus the discount amount. Okay, so go ahead and write the word subtract. Right, you want to subtract. And then with markup, what do you want to do?
You want to add.
You want to add. Okay, so write those 2 words because that's something that could help you as you're going through and doing the problems. So notice how, are the steps the same for both markup and discount? Pretty much. Up to what point? What step changes? Step 3, right? We either need to know, are we going to add it or are we going to subtract it? So you just have to think about the definitions. Okay? So the next one is going to be number 2. It says find the discount and sales price. Okay? So let's say you go to the store, you're going to buy something that costs $6, but it's on sale for $75, or it has a 75% discount. Okay? What was step 1? What do we do first?
Change the percent to a decimal.
Percent to a decimal, right? So 75% is actually 75.00, right? We move it twice to the left. That's going to be 0.75. What do we do in step 2?
Multiply the decimal price.
Multiply the decimal price.
Good. Multiply the decimal times what?
$6.
Times the $6 because that's what it costs, right? So what we're really doing here is we're trying to find the percent of $6, right? 75% of 6. It's what we're really doing. So what is 0.75 times 6? Close. No, so. So we have 0.75 times 6. That doesn't make sense, right? So I did it wrong. 0.75 times 6. 4.5. So how would I write that in money? What would that be in money? $4.50. And what is that again? That's my discount amount, right? So it says discount. It's discounted $4.50. So that's like how much money you're saving, right? But how much money is it going to cost then? If it used to cost $6, well, how do I write it down? What am I supposed to do?
400.
Subtract, right? So it should be $6 minus $4.50. Now this is where you need to be careful. What did I make sure I did with my decimals? You line them up, right? Because the 6 here, it doesn't have the 0.00, right? You have to know that you have to add the 0.00. Okay, otherwise you're going to get the wrong answer. And are we adding or subtracting?
Subtracting.
subtracting because it's discount, right? So 0 minus 0 is 0. Can I subtract from this 0 here? No, so I borrow. 10 minus 5 is 5. 5 minus 4 is 1. So how much do you actually have to pay for the item? $1.50. Good.
Whoa, that's cheap.
Yeah, that's not bad at all. Okay. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go through and glue well, not glue it yet because are we done with the problems on the right side?
No.
No. Okay, so problems 3 and 4, you're going to go ahead and do that with your group. You guys see how it has sale price, right? Just like we did on this side, I want you guys to write the other words though. So let's also do this problem. It says discount, right? So I want you to write discount. Are you guys writing that in?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want you to also write the word discount, and then this one is a oh, so something's wrong with this one. Let's read it first, because that way you guys don't have questions. So it says Macy's pays $40 for a skirt, right? The percent of the markup is 25%. So what should this word here really be?
Markup.
Should be markup.
It should be discount.
No, it should be markup.
What?
Guys,
Yes.
so I just need you to fix it. So you're going to cross it out. We're going to put markup. And then you're going to write markup instead of the discount we wrote earlier.
Yes, you
I wrote it in.
If you wrote it in pen, just scratch it out and then fix it. Okay, so you're going to work on this with your groups.